Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see if we can get some more light in here. Yes, I feel good about that. But let's do it again. This one. There we go. That's much, much better. Okay. What's going on, people? I got a camera that's nicely set up on this Mac. It's not mine. I'm not in my usual setup, but that's irrelevant to what's going on today. All right. So, hi, I'm Naughty Hair, and I have some things to say about uh, some things. You'll see the topic of discussion as it goes along. So, if you saw the title, it said the Tea People's Minions Strike Again, because it's not actually the Tea People as far as I know. Tea People don't actually come for me, as far as I know, right? As far as I know. It's the allies that got more of a problem with me than the actual Tea People. The Tea People, as far as I know, just let it rock, or they don't see it. And if they do see it, then hey, uh, sometimes they respond. But this go around, this time on TikTok, um, it's mostly their minions. Let me start where it all began. So I re-downloaded the app. I remade another account with TikTok, and for the first time, as I was scrolling through everything, I've seen enough reactions to know what this video is, but for the first time that it came about, it was on the day after Christmas, and it almost felt like a gift from God for me to see this video pop up. But
Day 271 of being a
y'all
girl,
remember
or
this?
I'll say woman for this one, because this
4
video
minutes
is for
long,
the
so
women on Twitter who just really don't like me. Hello, ladies. We got a lot to cover, but let's first talk tampons. I haven't talked about tampons on here lately because I don't use them. I'm a woman who doesn't have a uterus. I know this. And science was my strongest subject in high school. I was also shockingly good at math, but I digress. I just sometimes carry one in case anybody needs it. And
that's creepy. That is creepy because the majority of biological women that are grown, because that's what women are, adult female human beings, young female human beings or teenagers, but the majority, like 99.9% of us grown women, do not need to ask a grown ass man for a tampon. It's weird. It's weird that you walk around with it in case somebody needs it. Like you are just walking around advertising, hey, I have something you can put up to plug the blood that's coming out of you. That's weird. It's weird. It's weird behavior because mostly the people that are going to need it are people who don't really understand their cycle yet. And who are those people that don't really understand their cycle yet? Hmm? Okay. I just want to
seems to
patch
have
it.
just set the world on fire in some pretty nasty ways. And this is a conversation that's been going on for months. I just haven't chimed in because I'm so tired of sticking up for myself over something that was so pure intentioned.
Really?
But now Twitter is just ablaze.
It was so pure intention for you to walk around with tampons that you were given by a company that is for women, and they have never sent real biological women who need that shit tampons. They have never ever given biological women in need tampons the way that they're sending you boxes of it, and the way that you're promoting this shit. You cannot possibly say that you are not being paid, bro. You cannot say that you're not being paid. The first thing you do in this video is start off with tampons. You say it, then you show it, and then you show it again, and you keep talking about it. And then, if that wasn't enough, you go and plug in the name of the company that sent it to you. That is fucking product placement. That is an advertisement for what the hell they sent you, bruh. But I make no money.
This week, there's some women that are now coming for Tampax, and
As they should.
hair. So, I have some amazing news. Are you ready? I have never worked with Tampax before.
So they just got your address?
Was they sent me a few boxes of tampons back in April.
You can put on all the makeup you want. Make your cheeks as rosy as possible. Put the glitter on your eyes. Make the nice little pinup style hair and wear pink. Do that. Okay? That will never mean that you're a biological female, ever. And you know this. You know this. This is deception. This is delusional. Deceptive, delusional shit is what I'm looking at and listening to. The most that happened is that they sent you 2 boxes of tampons back in April. Why? Why did they do that? How did they do that? Because they did not just find your address online and decide to send it to you specifically because you're just so great of a fucking person. You have been doing this shit where you have been going through girlhood, the days of girlhood, and in day 274, which is not how long it takes to become a woman, but we gonna go with it. In day 274 is when you decide to say this is womanhood now. You are saying that you've never worked with them, but they sent you Tampax boxes, bro. It'd be different if this was some attempt to like create some type of resource for women in need. It'd be a totally different situation. And that would actually be really freaking cool, even though that would be the weirdest figurehead to use. It would still be beneficial to the women that need it. Sending free tampons to someone with a dingaling don't make sense. It doesn't make sense unless there's some kind of agenda behind it.
Just in case I bumped into anyone, including yourselves, and I gave them all away. I've got a few left.
So you didn't give them all away.
Blow your mind. I have never made $1 off of feminine hygiene products. So
you're right.
I hope that helps.
You know what? That little sentence right there is a little clue for me. He has never made a single cent from feminine hygiene products. That's the line. It wasn't from the products. It was from the company. The products themselves, you didn't sell them and make money because it's Tampax that's making the money from the sales of the hygiene products. You are making money from the advertising that you're doing for them, not from the products themselves because you're giving them away. You just keep throwing in Tampax, and I bet that their sales have gone up in a specific age demographic and gone down in another. I digress.
You sleep better at night knowing that. And
it doesn't.
No need to bring Tampax into this,
but why not? Why can't we speak on the bullshit that we see? Why no need to bring Tampax into this? I'm gonna do whatever I want, sir.
Bigger problem at hand is that you feel me carrying a tampon around is a threat to you and your womanhood.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You wearing makeup is not a threat to my womanhood. You pretending to be a girl for the past 274 days and counting does not do anything to my womanhood. It doesn't threaten it at all. And you are able to do what you want to do in this free country. And I am able to speak on what the fuck I want to speak on too. That's the other thing. The other thing is you people's minions, the allies, are the ones trying to shut women up because y'all don't like hearing what's coming out of our mouths when we are addressing this bullshit. This is deceptive behavior targeted to young women, young men and women, but particularly young women. This is something that needs to be discussed. This is something that we cannot sit quietly and idly by and not say anything. Why can't we do that? Because y'all aren't sitting by quietly and idle and just living your life. You are actively pushing that shit down our throats and expecting us to just swallow. No.
Is someone doing something nice so repulsive to you? Because listen to this. If a man, whether he was your boyfriend or your husband, could even be your gay best friend, kept a tampon for you at his house just in case you needed it, you'd gush over him. You would run to brunch on Sunday and tell all your gal pals that he's so thoughtful and he cares.
No, I wouldn't. If personally, Obviously, he's talking to a grander audience, but personally, I wouldn't. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't gush over him. I would think it's thoughtful, sure. But at the same time, at the exact same time as I'm saying, oh, it's sweet that he thought of that, but like tampons are terrible. Toxic shock syndrome is something that this person probably doesn't really know what it do. Doesn't really know how bad it is. As a matter of fact, these tampons are terrible for people. They are beneficial for some, great, you know? And there are so many other options besides putting a plug up our hoo-ha. But the plug is the only thing that y'all are the plug is the only thing that y'all are promoting. What about pads, bro? Why is that not a thing? Why is it that you're promoting just tampons? You're promoting something that is inserted into the vajayjay, right? And you have something that is inserted into the vajayjay. It's almost poetic how this is going on. It is insane. Absolutely freaking insane.
He listens, and then a trans woman does it, and all of a sudden I'm the reason that there's a tampon shortage.
That's excessive.
You know, it's not because I'm misogynistic, it's because you're transphobic. You know, we gotta work through this.
We got to work through this.
Caring for others, it's the bare minimum.
So how you're caring for others is walking around with tampons for teenage girls, because young women and grown women are not going to walk around asking for tampons. They're not going to walk around needing that shit. You are specifically trying to help young teenage girls with a very delicate area in their life that is not supposed to be really discussed with anyone outside of the female gender. You are not a woman. You're not. You are a man who decided one day, literally as a freaking joke, to pretend to be a girl. And then you saw how much money you can really make because your video was blowing up on a platform that is easy to blow up on, where everybody wants to feel inclusive, wants to be included, wants to feel inclusive. Ooh, my nipple. I bet this don't happen to you when you're talking about something passionate or anything come out of it. I digress. You saw how much money you're able to make with this shit, and so you are sticking with it. That's what you're doing. And
you know, you might not like me, but I care about you.
No, you
care
don't.
About your feelings.
No,
I
you
care
don't.
about your opinion of me, which
that
I'm
part.
Really trying to get over.
I'm gonna stop it there. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can go to Dylan Mulvaney on TikTok. But that's it. That is it. That right there is it. He cares about the opinions of us way too much. You got to work on it. Work on that shit. If you really want to go out here and live your life how you want to live it, you are changing your entire way of being. Because you want other people to see you in a certain way. Literally, your life is about other people's perception of you. Your entire shtick is having other people see how you present to the world and affirm you. Fuck all that. Affirm your damn self. Even if this video were to be filled with people talking to me like I am a nobody, talking to me as if I'm crazy for what I'm saying, I'm transphobic, I'm not inclusive, I'm whatever the fuck it is you want to say that I am, sweetie. I don't care what you say that I am. I know who and what I am. I do not need anyone to affirm me. I do not need anyone to try to tell me otherwise, neither anyone to correct me on it. I am fully firm in my knowledge of who and what I am. And I know my voice is needed for such a time as this. So I'm going to speak on it because it doesn't make any sense. Your life, this is for everybody. Your life should never be about how other people see you. Ever. If that's how you are walking around doing shit, you're either absolutely miserable or you are working through some bullshit, because every single person, every single story that I have heard, everything that I have read, it is a lot of people trying to get away from their parental expectations, not biological expectations. That's only been recent, like really recent, since 2012 to now, maybe before that, because why does my perception of this person that I don't know matter? Why does it matter to that person? Why do you need those women on Twitter to like you? Why do you need to feel accepted by this community of natural born adult female humans? Why do you need to be accepted by us if you are who you say you are and what you say you are? How does it make any sense to live your life like that? That is a miserable existence. And some people will say that me focusing on and talking about it makes me miserable. And that's fine. You can say what you want to say. Really, it rolls off my skin. I don't care what you think of me or what you say about me. If something is not true, I will address the lie in it. If you still don't want to believe me, I've already said what I said. I said what I said. I am who I am, whether you believe it or not. And the fact that you feel like you really got to convince us makes it not really who you are. You still trying to convince yourself. Even through all the surgeries and shit, I'm sure that didn't fix the dysphoria. And that's not going to change the fact that we're not going to see you how you want us to see you. At least me personally. And I know I'm not the only one out there, because when I posted my response to this video, it got 2,000 likes, 300 something comments of women saying, yes, finally, someone is speaking truth to this bullshit. Okay. Now, I'm going to have you listen to how I originally responded to this video, because so originally I couldn't download the video. I couldn't stitch the video on TikTok, and so I just downloaded it, which is why I was able to play it for you. And then I put it on my page, and then I stitched it from there. If you don't understand the words I'm using, download TikTok and see what the hell I'm talking about. But this is my response when I saw the video pop up.
Okay, this is the first time that this person
When
has come across my
when I posted the video again, I didn't post it with the sound. I just posted a few seconds of it, and I posted a voiceover saying that this was the first time that the person had passed through my timeline, and I'm excited to react to it. And so this is just so that I can do that. And then this is the actual reaction to it. So I'm just going to have you listen to it, and I will stop and or not as it goes on, but it's essentially dark.
In this video said that we need to work through this because I'm transphobic for not agreeing with what the hell this person has been saying that they are for the past 274 days when I have been what they think they are for 28 years. So let's discuss. Let's talk about it. Let's unpack my quote-unquote misogyny, and I'm almost certain that this video and others like it is going to be viewed as hate speech, is going to be reported because people can't tolerate hearing the truth, hearing reality, living outside of this fucking bubble that is TikTok and the internet. And the only people that are making this person and people like them feel emboldened enough to be on here talking about them being what they say they are when they are not what they say they are is women. Men are not falling for this shit. And if they are men who are a part of the same community that this person is. I have absolutely no problems with you calling yourself a trans person, a trans woman. You are not that I am without that T cart.
I'm not saying this person needs to stop what they're doing. I'm not saying that this person is a horrible person. I'm not saying anything about who this person is within themselves and their character. I'm speaking against the lie that they are putting out there. I'm not misogynistic for not agreeing with you because you did not have the same experience that me and every other fucking girl and woman that is out here has had. Specifically, going through menstruation.
And I have to specify that part because the whole shit that they have been doing is promoting a product that is a part of menstruation. They're promoting fucking tampons. Only women, female human beings who go through puberty need that. Dylan has never needed that. Still does not need that. After surgery, when they slice it open and make it a hole, still will not need that.
I was a girl when I was born. I wasn't assigned female at birth. My doctor made a fucking observation of my genitalia and said, okay, that's not a Johnson. That is an inward thing. That's not the same as something that sticks out. And that's something that you had up until you had surgery. And Tampax sending you tampons is more fucking insulting than anything because there are so many women out here in America, in New York, and in other countries that could use that shit. If they really want to send shit out for free to help women, they can send it to them places for free to help actual biological females that fucking need it. But instead, they sent it to you because you're gaining a following and you're gaining the approval of a bunch of impressionable people that make you feel like it's okay to do what you're doing and say what you're saying. Fuck out of here, bro.
My TikTok is a doula named Melody, at least currently. I have another one named @NottyHare, KNOTTYHARE. And if you don't know how to spell a doula named Melody, look up doula on Google and you know how to spell Melody because you all like music. Excuse me. Yes. I already got turkey sausage. Yeah, you didn't look in the fridge? Yeah, I bought a new one when I went. That's fine. No, I can't think of anything else. Wonderful. Excellent. Burgers. See you soon. Bye. Pardon me. It's gonna be on the stream, and that's okay.
Okay, this is
So,
the first time that
as
this
you have
person has
heard,
come up.
As you have heard, I expressed very clearly what my issues was, specifically with the organization that sent this person feminine hygiene products so that they can give it out to other people. Like, there aren't a plethora of organizations out there that work directly with the people that would need it. They sent it to this trans person, someone with a dingaling, so that they can give it out and help women. That sounds normal. That sounds like something that makes sense business wise. Like, logistically, if you're trying to help women and you want to get more customers and you want to give out stuff for free, all at the same time, giving it to nonprofit, giving 2 boxes of tampons to nonprofit organizations, to one nonprofit organization, and having them distributed to the women that they actually work with, would be so much more effective for you to get customers and do a good thing than sending it to this person who you know is controversial and you know is speaking specifically to the demographic of young women that are beginners in this menstruation life. All right. This person is not even in the race, is not even in the fucking same planet as the teenagers that are following him or the young people that are following him. They're not the same. They're not the same. How is it that Tampax justified to themselves, yo, let's send it to this biological male who decided within the last 274 days to transition into a girl? Let's go with that one. That one is the one that needs to get some tampons. And not only that, there's also another one. Jeffrey, I think his name is, or Jared. I don't know what the hell his name is, but he wears makeup and he's still got his whole beard, and trans women, and he's trans and he's a woman. And the way that he talks is very much like this. And he's talking to a specific set of people, because I know no grown woman that speaks to other grown women in this way. Okay? We don't. We speak regular. The way that they're communicating is because they're communicating to a specific demographic of people. That's fucked. That is fucked. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not angry. I know it may seem like that. I'm passionate about this. I am deeply passionate about being a woman. And I love it. I love it. I love it here. I love it here. I did not, when I was a child, I didn't like going through puberty. I felt so much embarrassment on my first the first time I ever had a period. There was a shame and embarrassment associated with it because I didn't have my mother to guide me through it. I had other family members, and when it happened, I asked my aunt for, some feminine hygiene products, and she let it be known to my uncle who was there what was going on, and he decided to come to the fucking door too, or say some shit like, "Oh, she killed the goat, mató el chivo." What? What are you? That's sickening. That's not some shit that a male ever has to go through. They have a different set of puberty things to go through, but not blood coming out of them monthly. So, after I posted that, I got a couple of reactions, but this guy in particular is one that you have to hear. You just have to hear this man, because he threatened me, is what I feel like.
I watched all your videos, every single one.
He watched all my videos, every single one of them, no matter how stupid they all are, right? But I'm gonna go directly to his page and have y'all listen to it, because it was absolutely hilarious. By the way, this person is pan and poly, so a part of the community. Okay. And the title of it was, "I Can't Stand TERFs. I'm Not a Feminist. This is a hill I will die on each and every single time." This was a separate video that I made, and I said, after getting all the comments and responding to the people that were like, "Oh, why do you care?" or trying to tell me that gender and sex are different and all that bullshit, I said, this is a hill I'm willing to die on each and every single time I'm given the opportunity to off myself on it. Every single time. Even if I have to make 50 TikToks, I will do that. Even if that's excessive, I will do that, because there are too many people of my generation and other people that feel the way that I feel. Number one, that's one reason. And number two, there's too many of us that feel this way and continue to be silenced. There's too many of us that feel this way and know that this is some bullshit and still want to speak out and don't have the space to do that, because you can't do that without hurting people's feelings, without misgendering them. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know where to begin. I watched all your videos, every single one of them, despite how stupid they all are. And I don't know how to react. I don't know. Did you know that women didn't exist until we came up with a word to describe them? Did you know that colors also didn't exist until we came up with a word? Like, we decided that was orange, and that was yellow, and this is something in the middle. That is something we as a society have decided. And we as a society have decided that women and men are not defined by the parts in their pants. It was really funny that you made a video saying that, like, men don't come to the aid of trans people. I'm sorry to prove you wrong. I'm not sorry. We as a society have decided
That was
that we
cute.
don't like people like you. And if somebody is born with parts that they don't think match who they are on the inside, they can get that surgically fixed.
They can.
I don't see you complaining about me growing a beard or having tattoos.
I literally took notes and responded to it, and I feel like I should just play that instead of trying to go in again. But yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna do that right now, okay? Because what this person said is like so freaking irrelevant to anything. Is like, bro, what the hell are you saying? What are you saying? Okay. Here we go. I downloaded the video and I posted it to my page so that I was able to respond, because I couldn't duet it. I couldn't stitch it or duet it because he responded to me. So whatever. Did that. This was the response.
Show your videos, every single one of them, despite how stupid they all are.
It seems you did figure out where to begin, so good on you for that. I'm trying to figure out, as I'm looking at my notes here, where I begin. Do I start at the bottom and address the latter statement? Leads me to believe that you are said, I don't see you complaining about me growing a beard or having tattoos. That statement leads me to believe that you are what I am, but you transitioned. And congratulations on you, because you look like a dude if that's the case. And if you are a man, you still prove my point, sir.
Pan and Polly,
Still
remember?
Prove my point. Like OD. You are someone who is a part of the alphabet people community. And so, as such, being a dude in that space, then that was my point. And if you were born a female, you're a woman still trying to perpetuate this bullshit, still proving my point. So, the point I made is not that men don't come to the aid of trans women. What I said was that the only ones that are perpetuating this is women, and if there are men, they are a part of the community, and you are. So my point is right there. Thank you for proving it. And if you were born a woman, female, then my dear, still proving my point. Again, you failed. Y'all as a community have decided that men and women are not defined by the parts in their bodies. But realistically speaking, y'all are not the center of the universe. And so outside of y'all bubble, it's still normal. It's still normal. It's still what it is. So, what's this? And the beginning point you made. Women didn't exist before we came up with a word to describe them. So, the word is describing them, but they existed. They had to. Like, literally had to.
Literally, humanity wouldn't be here if women didn't exist before we had a word for them. They were already a thing. It wasn't a man with a penis. It was something separate from men, totally different from men. And then we came up with a word to describe them. So.
To get to a point in society that we thought of the name for it. They existed. That's a dumbass point.
100%.
The colors are an observation.
Colors are reflecting, are like light. It's dealing with light. I took a perception of color class. Y'all remember the black and blue dress and the gold and white dress controversy online? Like, people really said that they saw black and blue, and other people were saying they saw gold and white. I saw gold and white. I saw, like, people were really having heated debates whether this shit was black and gold, or, black and blue or gold and white. It's a picture. Depending on how they change the colors in the picture, you can make it look however the freak you want. You can make that shit look purple and green. Like, that was how I took it. I saw it as gold and white, but I also knew that it could be manipulated in any way. Okay. And then there were other pictures that surfaced, right? And then it was like, no, the dress is actually blue and black. Is it not possible that there is more than one color of the dress? It was literally on a rack with a bunch of other ones. And is it not possible that it's blue and black? That there's a separate rack with blue and black dresses. The same dress, just in a different color. Not the point. I only brought that up because that was something that was only based on perception because it was through a screen. It was a picture on a screen that we were all looking at. So we don't know the quality of the camera of the original picture, the lighting, and the fact that the qualities of our cameras and computers and other screens are also adding to the change in the picture that we saw. Okay, so he brought the colors thing because he wanted to make a point about the fact that we as a society decided this. You're wilding, my good sir. You're absolutely wilding. There is nothing wrong with you making a decision. Actually, let me take that back. There's a lot wrong with it, but you are in, if you're in America, this is a free country and you can do that. You can absolutely decide one day that you don't like the parts that are in your body and change them. But see how I'm doing this? This is change. It also looks crazy because it is. And if that's offensive to you, you probably shouldn't be doing it because not everybody's going to like everything you're doing. Not everybody's going to accept everything you're doing, and nobody has to. You are the only one that has to be happy with you. Not me, not him, not them. You got to be all right with you. The hell? Now,
I don't know where to begin.
I got a response from that video that I made, right? And actually, no, it wasn't even that video. It was something else that he responded to me. And it was a comment I left. I said, I don't want to be a wife, and specifically said that traditional gender roles are better for raising a family, is what the context of it was. And I said, you didn't read my comment properly. And then he responded,
I think you just didn't understand what your comment was implying. The traditional gender roles that you're arguing for are men go to work, they do the work, and the woman stays home and does the housework. And that's what the roles are. You're supposed to be taking care of the kids, you're supposed to be cooking the food, you're supposed to be doing the laundry, you're supposed to be doing all of that stuff. The man works the job, the man brings home the money, the man brings home the food, the man makes all the messes, you clean them up. And for whatever reason, we decided that that is best determined for who does it which based on what's in their pants. Now, I'm sure at some point in history that made sense.
so for some reason or another, we decided that that's determined by what's between their pants. And now, in some point in history, it made sense. So do you understand or do you not understand? Because you said that you understood, but because the times are changing, it's not the same. Okay. I think I'm tracking with you. And it's really, really not just about what's between their pants. What's between their pants is something that we got to focus on because that's what we can see the result of what's inside, right? So if I had a ding-a-ling, I would be a different type of person. I wouldn't be a female anymore. I would be male. And my hormones would be entirely different. I would not have birthed a child. I would not have these gigantic things on my chest that are now drooping. There's a lot of things that would be different. I would have a beard just like you. Naturally, I would have facial hair that grows more than just the little peach fuzz that I be getting right here. My mama had whiskers when she was 30 something. So I know that that's a part of what's going to happen to me. But like, I'm never going to grow a full ass beard ever, unless I take man-made medication.
But it doesn't make any sense now. Now, I don't give a fuck about swaying your opinion. I don't care what you think. But the times are changing, and we don't want you. TERFs do not have a place on this app.
I'm not
So
a
I'm
feminist.
letting you know, and this is a call to action. You can either rethink and reevaluate, or you can find somewhere else to go. But you're not welcome here. Not in our society, and not on this app. I think you just didn't
So the video was him mansplaining to me traditional gender roles, like I didn't know what the hell I was saying. Cool. I got that. I listened. But that ending part made me feel a type of way. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. That sounded like a threat.
Rebuilding
I
is
don't
not
know. I don't know. Y'all don't hear the threat there because I hear it. I hear it. And so my response to this was, and this was the last
You
exchange.
can either rethink and reevaluate, or you can find somewhere else to go.
I need to understand who the fuck you think you are to give me an ultimatum on a public platform that you don't own. Help me understand how that should make sense to you.
Please.
It's funny that you said you're not trying to change my opinion, but then you said that I need to change my ideas and beliefs. You sound dumb, like really dumb. But you can believe what you want. I'm going to still say what I'm saying because it's never changing, no matter how much you and your society wants to change it. Biological sex and gender are one and the same. You cannot change my mind. You cannot change my statement. You can't do anything about that, and it's going to make you mad forever. So have fun seeing me now and forevermore.
So here I am showing y'all the response that I had with this person. And I want to show you one more because this was a young lady that responded to me, but at the same time, she her bio is interesting. So I think it has something to do with why she feels a certain kind of way. And I'm trying to find it. Trying to find the response that she made. I don't see it anymore. What happened? Aw. I don't know what happened. Oh man. Wait a minute. Maybe I have to go to a different one. But I responded to Shorty not too long ago, so it shouldn't be far away. I'm sorry that I'm so like all over the place. Here we go.
The existence of natural born females.
This
who
video
don't
is on
have
the shorts.
any medical issue.
You just made a whole video anti-trans rant with a very transparent disclaimer in the beginning. Like, come on. Have you ever seen a trans person make an anti-cis women rant?
Yes, I have. I've seen it on YouTube where there are trans women who are saying that they are better than natural born women. Absolutely have.
Have you ever seen that? Ever seen a video about trans women hating cis women?
Not hating them, but
No,
saying they're better,
you
and they're
haven't.
not.
You're mad? And what the
I'm
fuck
not
is
mad.
up with like the healthy reproductive system? Honey, being able to get knocked up and have babies doesn't make you special, doesn't make you more of a woman. And yet that's woman, because it's really weird that you call us females. What's up with that?
Young women are upset because they get called females by men because men specifically are addressing natural born human beings that have vaginas and not women as y'all are trying to define it. Because a woman is not something that you identify with. A woman is something you grow into being, just like a man is something you grow into being. We are all born male and female. We are babies. We don't have a sexuality, a preference. We don't make any kind of decisions until after we are in society and we see things and we respond to things in certain ways. There are also a lot of different factors that go into how we develop, right? She, in her profile, says autistic survivor of child R, which is graping, and religious abuse. Keep your prayers. So
Trying to take
that
away the existence of
just that bio alone lets me know that Shorty is traumatized about something. And that's not to say that she's wrong in her thinking because of it. I just think that it affects the way that she is seeing these things because of it. So if you have been abused by people who say they're good, of course, you're not going to see any truth or logic or anything that makes sense from the people that abused you. Of course not. Having a healthy reproductive system is something that a lot of women have. It's something that a lot of women have. And to not have a healthy reproductive system means there's an abnormality, that there's something wrong that you have to go to an OBGYN for. A person with a penis does not have to visit a special doctor that deals with internal shit that women have, particularly a uterus, a vaginal canal, cervix, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and all that good shit that comes with it. Breasts too. Men who want to become women go to surgery. They go to a specialist that surgically changes their body so that it can look like what we naturally have. There are women in prison being sexually assaulted and impregnated by men who decided to be women. And simply because they decided they're in the prison and now they got somebody pregnant. That's sick. There are children surrounded by people who say they're women in ridiculous makeup and hair and dresses and doing a whole show, sexually explicit behavior in front of children. And we're just supposed to be okay with this because this is the way society's moving. This is the progressive thing to do. Are you insane? I have a son. I don't have a daughter. And if he were to ever question his identity or whatever, it would not be my first inclination to take him to a doctor to give him medication. My first inclination, especially with my son, would be to get him to move, to get his body moving, to get him doing something that does not have him thinking about what's between his legs or the hormones going on in his body or none of that. My instinct would be to talk with him through it. I have been showing my son this bullshit for a little bit. I've been showing him people that look very much like women and telling him, no, that is a dude. And the mind blow in his face is like, huh? What? That's a what? But it doesn't go past that, as far as I know, because he hasn't asked me any questions about it. And when he does ask me questions, I do my best to answer to the best of my knowledge. And there's more than enough people that will hear me say all of that and be like, oh, God bless that baby. He must have this, that, the third. He must do this. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to say a whole bunch of stuff about him as a person, as a kid, me as a parent, and me and my parenting style, whatever. I don't care. There's a lot of people out there that do care. Don't mention my kid. Don't put, but I don't care. We are protected. Spiritually and physically protected. There is nothing you can say or do that will harm us because I know the power that keeps me. I know it. I know him. He presented himself as male, so I'm going to go as him. I know the power that has sustained me, has kept me, has made me go from wanting to be a boy to being a woman. From wanting to be a boy, was never one, to being what I am, what I was born to be, a woman. That same power is the same one that's giving me the strength to speak on this. I may sound like an angry Black woman or just like I'm angry or mad at this community. I am passionate about delivering the truth that has been in my heart since I can remember. I am passionate about not allowing these voices to be the only ones that are heard. I am passionate about what I believe, who I am, and who young girls are supposed to grow up to be, young women. They do not have to use their reproductive system in the way that they are expected to by society. They do not have to want to have children. They don't want to have to be wives. They don't have to marry men. They don't have to do none of that. But they do, however, have to allow their bodies to develop. What's happening is literally castration of children. That's sick. That is sick. Cutting these off before they have even fully grown, that's problematic. Giving young girls and young boys medication that changes what their body does naturally is problematic. And I am not the problematic one for speaking against this. The doctors doing it are. The people on social media who promote this bullshit are. But I'm the one, and people like me, that's going to get chastised and told that we need to be quiet and not share how we feel because it's going to make other people feel bad. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. My opinion should not make you feel no kind of way. If you live your life and it's true, then my opinion should make you feel no kind of way. If you are comfortable within yourself and in your truth, my opinions and that of other people should not have any bearing on how you live your life. But if it does, if I have to accept and agree with you, you are the one with a problem, not me. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And I don't ever want to side with lies. I don't ever want to be in the position where I have to agree with something that doesn't make sense scientifically and biologically. Yes, people can choose to change however they please. They can. And if they grow up and they still feel like they want to change parts of their bodies or they want to change how they are perceived in the world, that is something within them and they can change and do their best to be perceived in a different way. But if I don't see you in a different way and that bothers you, how is that my problem? If you see me as a man and you tell me that and you tell me I'm a bad parent and you tell me that, and how is that my problem? That's how you see me. I don't give a fuck at all. I know how I see me and I know how I am and I know how I parent. And whenever I do need to be corrected, I am corrected. But random people on the internet are not the ones that are going to do that. They're also not the ones that are going to affirm me. The people in my immediate circle do that.